Oh boy, look at the camera all messed up, pointing everywhere and which way and not another way and a different way. How's it going, everybody? Today is Tuesday, October 28th, 2025, and I'm here with you on a Tuesday because I did not stream last night because, of course, my Washington Commanders were playing and my Washington Commanders lost and they were defeated by Patrick Mahomes, who I feel that just about any... I would say any NFL fan probably is completely sick of Patrick Mahomes. This is a dynasty. I mean, it's kind of as bad as the Tom Brady dynasty, but for some reason this feels worse. I'm not sure why. I can't quite pinpoint why, but for some reason Patrick Mahomes' face feels more punchable. And I'm not a violent guy. I'm not saying I would be the one to punch him. I mean, Patrick Mahomes is like 30 years old. He would destroy me, right? Like the kind of shape you have to be in to be an elite NFL quarterback. He would absolutely, he would absolutely destroy me. However, that does not mean that people, just because somebody could beat you up doesn't mean they don't have a punchable face. And Patrick Mahomes definitely has a punchable face. But I hope everybody's all right. Let's get right to it. I'm going to start by the stream to everybody. Brandon Martinez, what is up, my guys? Brandon Martinez, welcome back to the stream. Matthew sent a note on the Discord saying he will be late and not sure. Well, I'm not sure where not sure is. Hopefully he'll make an appearance. What is this? I have a wall of text I'm going to read over here off screen for a minute. Also, because I'm still employed, I really don't, okay. All right. Well, I'm having a whole conversation off screen here. Well, I hope, no, I'm not going to say well. I hope this gives you a sense of purpose. I know how difficult it is to feel purposeless. What is like if you feel you have a sense of purpose, but then if you feel you don't have a sense of purpose, are you purposeless? Without purpose? I don't know how hard it is to feel without feel. Anyway, all right, so let me get back to concentrating on my fellas here on the screen. So tonight, let me actually make sure I am on the correct branch. I'm not sure what branch I'm on. I know exactly what I want to work on tonight. And then I'm thinking we can get it done in one evening. So one thing I was working on this morning was a color palette. I kind of checked in a guidelines document, which I started. I want to do a tutorial of how to download Unity, how to check out the code, and how to start contributing to this project if you would like to contribute, because you are more than welcome to contribute. But with that would come guidelines on like development guidelines and like what your code should look like, and also stylistic guidelines. And then part of the stylistic guidelines is color. Now, one of the interesting things about it is that I'm trying to come up with a color scheme for the game, and I'm like sitting here asking AI like questions because I don't see reds. Like I can't see reds, so I'm not the best person to come up with a color scheme. So, but I know okay, here's a good, like the Streamlabs UI. Like I like the way the Streamlabs UI looks. Like I like that. I like those colors. So I think if we had a similar color scheme, that would work well. I unfortunately have to go to work shortly, but I'm here for now. Well, Brandon, I appreciate that you're here for as long as you can be here. And you know what? If you have me playing on your computer, I don't know if you do, but like if it's a desktop at home and you have to leave, just leave the stream running. Literally, just leave the stream running. But even if you can't leave the stream running, be sure to like the stream, please, because that will help. That will help the stream get shared to others. Okay, let me do what I normally do at the beginning of a stream and send the link out to a few people. I do like to send, there's like people who are close to me that I like to send the link out to. Let me make sure I do this. Okay, I got to send it to my friend David. Oh, shoot, wait a minute. Oh, wait. Okay, wait, no, I got to click this button. Okay, so I sent a text message. I hit Control V. I didn't bother to check what it was, and I just hit enter. And you can't unsend text messages. Now, luckily, it was just an image of like of the stream image that I had AI generate this morning. Luckily, it was only that and nothing else. But that could have been dangerous. Okay, let me send it to this. Let me send it to my friend Robbie. I'm going to send it to my friend. You know what? I'm going to send it to this person. I'm going to send it to Lisa. I'm going to send it to Kenny. No, I'm not going to send it to Kenny because I don't feel like being on my best behavior. I'm going to send it to my friend Nick. I'm going to send it to my step cousin Michael. I think that's it. And then let me go over to Instagram. And there's a couple of people I want to message on. So there's this one actress here, this Colombian actress. Her name is Francesca. I forget her last name. She was on Master Chef Colombia Celebrity Edition, and that is where I discovered this young lady who is so. Colombians, I'll just say that Colombians, they have a bit of a reputation for being hot. Like if you talk about so here's the interesting thing. You talk about like who the hottest people in South America are. Normally, like without thinking, most people will say Colombians. However, and I've been to Colombia and I can attest to the fact that there are a fair amount of very beautiful Colombians. However, last year, 2024, I went to Brazil. I was in Sao Paulo, Brazil. And I think Brazil might take the cake in terms of the most beautiful women in South America. I don't know, man. I don't know. I think Brazil might give Colombia a run for its money. It's hard to say. But that, okay, let me see. I like to do this. Who am I going to send this to? Okay, I'm going to send this to the Razman. And then other than that, okay, over here, I hope so. I can't wait. All right, let me just give this a thumbs up. All righty. And then, okay. So, Brandon says, I've started a Unity C# course through Unity Hub to start building my own personal gaming portfolio. Awesome, dude. Like, literally, that's the best way to learn to program is to program. That's like, people say that as like a trope, right? As like, but it's true. I used to tell my daughter all the time, like, she would say things like, well, that's a stereotype. And I'd be like, yeah, but stereotypes are stereotypes for a reason. And tropes, like, is that the word? Am I using that word correctly? A trope? But they are tropes for these little nuggets of wisdom. They are nuggets of wisdom for a reason. Definition trope. Yeah, like AI definitely can hear like the microphone. Okay, a trope, a figurative or metaphorical use of word or expression. So I was using the word trope correctly, but literally the best way to program is to program. That's just the best way. I think it is a tie between Brazil and Colombia, honestly. I don't know, man. I'm more familiar with Colombian culture because I come from a Bolivian background. I speak Spanish. I spend a lot of time in Bolivia. And Bolivia, like in South America, I would say so in Africa, the dominant cultural force in Africa, like the couple of times I've been to Africa, Nigerian media dominated. Like, people loved Nigerian music, Nigerian television. Nigeria was like the media powerhouse of Africa. Obviously, there were others. Obviously, there was other countries, and obviously, whatever country I was in had its own. But you know what I'm talking about in general, or what the powerhouse was in Africa, it's Nigeria. So in South America, that powerhouse, the equivalent for South America is Colombia. However, I might be saying that just because of my Bolivian background, and obviously there's like in Colombia they speak Spanish, and in Brazil they speak Portuguese. But I don't know, man. There are a lot of beautiful Colombians. But when I was in Brazil, oh, yeah, oh God, it was. I would say that Brazil was more like Miami than Miami was like Miami. I know that doesn't make any sense, but that's like in Miami. I talked about this last time I streamed, but like here where I live in the Washington, D.C. area, the percentage, I'm going to talk about women here. I'm a straight male, so that's what I'm going to talk about. But I would say that the percentage of women who I would rate as an 8 or above, the percentage of women for which that is true in this area, I would say is 15 to 20% in the Washington, D.C. area. In Miami, it was like 85%. It was ridiculous. And that's what Brazil reminded me of. Brazil really reminded me of that. All right. So I think I have disappointed that person. That's fine. That will not be that's not the first nor the last time I've disappointed a woman. Okay. Okay. So what are we going to work on tonight? I mean, instead of talking about hot Colombians and hot Brazilians, what I want to do tonight is I want to work on getting the icon. Well, it's best to just show you. Okay. I'll just show you. We'll just the best way to show is just to go with an example. Let's get that started. Okay. So you see here how like this text, and that's like, go to the light pole, stat, right? That's a mission or a goal. And it's telling me to go to a light pole, right? But it's interesting that the mini map. Oh, you know what? I did change something on the mini map. I think I screwed the mini map up. And the mini map. Oh, I screwed something up. All right, we can fix that though. I know but basically the mission is off screen of the mini map, right? So you don't know which direction to go in. So what I want to do tonight after I fix the mini map is I want to have a little icon that shows on that outer circle for the mission so that you know which direction to go in. And obviously the icon is going to have to move as you like move north of the mission or south or whatever, right? But we're going to have to figure all of that out. But more importantly, I was messing with the anchors of this mini map, and I think I screwed something up. So let me look at this. This, ladies and gentlemen, this is why we have source control. Okay, so let's look at the history. So I have where. Oh man, I just did that. Oh, wait a minute. This was checked in August 20. Okay, October 28th. Let me go back to this. I'm going to go back to this check-in. I'm going to try this code and see, because that might be. So what I changed some of the anchoring stuff around of the mini map. But I think I might have screwed it up. If this doesn't work, we'll just go right to master to make sure I have to make sure that I did screw it up and that it has not just constantly been screwed up. Okay, so, oh man. This may have been an issue. Yeah, I mean, look at the mini map. Look how. Okay, so it's kind of a good thing and a bad thing that this was an issue. But let's go back to master. Let's go to the master branch and see if it's an issue there. Okay. So the reason that it might be a good thing, that means that my code changes, that the work that I've been doing since I checked into master has not screwed it up, right? Which means it was probably screwed up from the get-go, which means it was always something we needed to fix. So that's that. All right, so let me just come over here. All right, let me reload this. All right, so let me see. I'm going to restart this. Now, this is with the latest master branch code. All right, so let me see. So, but look how the I think I screwed it up. Okay, so you see, like the mini map is working really well there. It's actually working really well. Okay, so the question then is, when did I screw it up? So I went to, oh boy. I'm just looking off screen. I'm a little distracted by something going on off screen right now. So let me ask you, is there anybody listening? There's 7 people. Is there anybody in chat that's going to chat? Because I have a question I want to ask anybody who's in chat. So if you're in chat and you're willing to chat, well then chat a chat. Like send the message. Let's hear it. Okay. Let me see. Starting to add minimap icon. So I went to this one here. This check-in that I did last night at 10 o'clock, moving things into their own file. I think that's kind of when. Let me go to starting to add minimap icon. Brandon Martinez, I'm still in chat for a few minutes. All right, so, well, I have a tendency to be long-winded. So I understand if you have to go to work, Brandon. But I had this friend. So it was this girl that this was a few years ago. This girl that I met on Tinder, right? And we went on one date, and there wasn't really anything there. I mean, we didn't dislike each other, but there was, just sometimes you feel it, sometimes you don't. And I wasn't really feeling it. And I don't think she was either. That's fine. It happens. But we friended each other on Facebook, and we would talk every now and then, like, right? Because it was just like, hey, I mean, you're a cool person. I just, not romantically interested in you kind of thing. And so we were friends on Facebook for several years. And then one day I get this Facebook voicemail message from her. And it was just this, first of all, it was very generic. It was like, hey there, how are you doing? I know it might be a little weird to hear from me, but I am just so excited about this opportunity that I recently came across, and I'm telling everybody about it. So how would you feel about being your own boss and making $10,000 a month? Sounds too good to be true, right? Well, let me tell you, I recently started doing blog, and it was obviously just like some kind of like pyramid selling product stuff. I don't know, right? It was obviously some kind of like buy my Tupperware products and then sell them, and it was like one of those. It was like so pyramid schemey. And so I did what any red-blooded American would do, and I blocked her immediately. Like, I literally did. I was like, what? Block. But the thing that was noteworthy was it was like this. I don't even know how to say it. It was like the person had been come under some. No, her account got hacked to me. No, it was her, because it was a voice message. And this was like 2016, right? Before like AI voice messages were a thing. So AI wasn't even an option then. So this was her. And but the thing that was really weird about it was how it was almost like she was under like some spell or something. Like, I don't know how to explain it, but it was as though her mind had been captured by this thing. I'm not doing a good job of explaining what I'm trying to say, but it was like such a deviation from her normal behavior that I was almost concerned for her, right? Because now she's like when I met her, she was like a zoologist or something. Like, she worked with large animals, and like she seemed to have a decent career. Like, she lived on her own, and she had a decent career, and like I assume she made decent money. I mean, we didn't. It was one date, so we didn't have the like, how much money do you make conversation, but which I guess nowadays with young women's very normal. But that only goes one way apparently. But it was just it. So I don't. It was just bizarre. It was just very bizarre because, like I said, that's the best word I can think of. It was like a deviation. It was such a deviation from normal behavior that I was almost concerned that she had somehow been abducted by a cult or something like that. It was like bizarre. It was weird. So I had something similarly like that happen today with another friend. But the situation's a little different, right? Like this person's unemployed and this person is in a different country. Like I'm not going to get specific, but is in a different country and has been unemployed for a little while. And I'll just say it's not one of the countries where you would want to be unemployed, right? It's not like Finland or Norway where like if you're unemployed, you're going to be fine. The government's still going to take care of you. I'm not knocking that system. I wish I lived in that system. I'm just saying this person does not live in such a system. And this person just like they mentioned something this morning. Like I wake up like to these text messages. No, it was a voice. That's another thing. It was another voice message. It was a voice message, and it's like this long voice. Well, first there was like a good morning kind of message, and it's not so abnormal to get a good morning message from this person. But then there was a long message, and it was just. I don't know. You know what? I should stop talking because now I'm realizing the person might be listening. I don't think the person's listening, but it is possible the person could be listening. So if you are listening, it's not you. I'm not talking about who you think I'm talking about, and that's you. I'm not talking about you. All right. So please, if you have not already liked the video and subscribe. Let's get to work. Ahmed Hajami says hypnosis, maybe. I don't know. It was like the instance of the woman years ago. It was just bizarre. Like, you know, I'm going to go on Messenger. I want to see if I can actually find that. Wait, no, I'm not signed into Messenger. I was wondering like because I blocked her, but I wonder if I could still find that message. Because it's like, oh, hey, how's it going? Yeah, I know we haven't spoken in a while, but I have this great... Now, in fairness to the person I'm talking about today, they're not like trying to like sell me anything or anything like that. So there was no... I need to stop talking about it. I'm just going to be quiet. I'm just going to stop talking about it. Okay, I'm looking at messages. I'm looking in Facebook Messenger for... the person, let's see, this would have been probably like 5 years ago at least. I don't even think I was with my wife when this happened. Yeah, no, we're just going to move on. We're going to move on. We're going to move on to the stream. We're going to do some programming. Let's do some programming. Well, now we have to figure out when I screwed up this mini map. So so I went up to this starting to add mini map icon. Let's see if I had screwed it up then. Okay, let me just do this. Okay, let's play the game. Let's run the game. We're not going to play it. We're going to run it. We're programmers. We're not gamers. We're programmers, right? So we don't play the game. We run the game. Okay, so this is screwed up. This immediate. I can tell this is screwed up. Yeah. So I know what I changed, and I think I know how to fix it already. But I want to verify in source code that the thing I think changed did change. So where were we? We were here, and oh, it didn't change. Oh wait, no, wait, what? Objective. Okay. So game dot. Okay. Yes, this is right. Right. I believe this is it. Anchor position, anchor min. I'm pretty sure this is what changed that screwed everything up. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna go back to. We're gonna go. Oh, get reset hard. Okay. So now we're at the latest, and let's see. How do I want to do this? Okay. So I am back on the latest branch. So again, this is the change I screwed up, and what that relates to is, and I'll show you what I changed, and I'll even talk about my reasoning for changing it. Excuse me. I think I changed it this morning. I feel like for some reason I have a memory of changing it this morning, but I don't think that's a correct memory. When you get to a certain age, you trust your memory less and less, and you're like, wait, do I remember that, or am I making it up that I remember that? And oftentimes it's pretty scary how often you're like, I might be making that up. Like I say that at work all the time. Like, I remember you saying X, Y, and Z, but I'm not sure if I really remember that or if I'm making it up. Like if I'm making, I'll say that too. I'll be like, I might be making that up. I'm not 100% sure. Okay, so what I did, if I go to 2D mode, the anchoring, you see how the anchoring is in the middle? It's in the, wait. Okay, you see right there, it's in the middle. Like if I go here, that's in the middle. What I need to do is this and this. Oh, wait. This. Okay. I believe that is what I changed. I might have pressed too many buttons. I'm not 100% sure, but let's go over here. Oh boy. Okay. All right. We're going to have to do something. Oh boy. Okay. Just calm down for a minute, okay? Just calm down. I got this. Okay, I got this. Okay. First thing we need to do is we need to reset the code, okay? Let's just reset it. Let's just get it back to baseline. All right. Easy. Now, that doesn't look good. It's okay. Now I'm going to do something. I'm going to do something that Matthew's not here, so Matthew can't tell me what to do. But I'm going to do something that would just make Matthew angry. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go to game. Let's see. I'm going to go in here, and then I'm going to go in here, and then I'm going to go in here, and then I'm going to go. Ooh, no. I'm going to go in here. Okay. Now, I want to open this in Visual Studio Code. Okay. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to. This is I'm anchor min max anchored position. I'm pretty sure these are the changes that screw things up. So let me copy this, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to go and I'm going to look for this. Okay, perfect. So I have found the object. This object should be the minimap like the minimap thing. I don't know what thing exactly. So I deleted. So this is anchor min, max, and position. I'm going to copy those. So I'm going to take anchor min, max, and position, and I'm going to just basically paste that in just like that. And then I'm going to take. No. Come back. Why would you do that? That's. Oh my God, that's the stupidest functionality. Okay, I'm going to come back over here, and then now right below it, I'm going to change the pivot right here. And then I'm going to, and then I'm going to do this. Okay, now, this, I believe, should take us back to, I think this will fix it. That looks promising. That looks really promising there. Okay, let's play the game. No. We're programmers. We're not gamers. We're programmers. We're going to run the game. Okay, I like where the mini-map is. Now let's resize the window. Perfect. Perfect! See what a goddamn genius I am? Oh, man, that's beautiful. Okay, so now that we have realized the error of our ways, we will check in that code. Is there anything else? This is like minimap file ID 0, and then this, which I don't even know what that is. I think what we can do. That may be part of the problem, actually. Because did you notice that the mini map, if we go back, like the mini map, it's like, see how the S and the, like, it's not, like it needs to be a little bit over. I'm not convinced that this change here is the problem, but it could be. So let's just do this. Let's go over here and let's just come, okay, I don't know what this is. Let's just add that for giggles. Okay. All right, so we got that. Now what we're going to do, okay, let's go back over to source tree. Oh my God, this fucking functionality. Why would you do it? Oh. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. All right, so I'm going to come over here and then got to go to game Unity. And so I'm going to find this string here. I'm going to find it in the game.unity file. Which apparently I cannot, which means it probably changed. Huh. Okay. Let's look for this then. Look for a string nearby. Okay, here we go. So if I go up, the value type 3. Oh, no. No, wait, whoa. Calm down for a minute there. Calm down, Addy. Just, all right, keyboard gunslinger, just keyboard slinger, just calm down for a second. Look at, okay, anchor Y, anchor X. So object reference file ID 0, value, target file ID, wait a minute, anchor X below it, so it would be this one here. And then this was the old value. Now, the question is, do I be brave? Yes, I do be brave. Okay. Let's see if that anything over. It didn't shift anything over. I'm a little scared of what that change was, so I'm actually just going to back it out. Like, I'm just going to like backing up a big gadonk. I'm just going to back it out. Let me just do that right now. KS is in the house. Blah, 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 blue. Blah, 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 blue is what he's saying. I hope I did that imitation justice. All right, let me just go ahead and discard these file changes. Okay, and then what I can do is I can commit this, fixing the mini-map position, which I screwed up last night during the Commanders game when they lost to Patrick Mahomes and his stupid face. Okay, perfect. I think that's probably one of the best commit messages I've ever written in my life. I mean, I don't want to brag, but I write some banger commit messages. Like, like in high school, they called me the banger commit message kid. Ah! Okay, let's see. All right, so we're going over here. All right. What we're going to do. Okay. All right, so we can actually start work on the minimap icon. So I already did a little bit. Let me show you what I've done, and then that will help me get my own bearings straight. So I added a field here called map icon, which takes a prefab. So that is a prefab. And then, so I have these interesting steampunk icons. Like, I don't know why they're in the repo, but whatever, they're in the repo. So I was just like picking like random ones. We need, I want to use one more. I mean, that would be cool if it didn't have the like stick coming off of it. Like the globe. Oh, there's a sprite sheet. There's a globe. Oh, I like this. We'll do this one. Okay, so that one will be. So what I'm doing is I'm just bringing it up here, and then I'm going to go back to the folder we were at with this folder, and then I'm going to drag it over here. So now each goal has an icon. Well, goal 1, I've set the icon already, so let me set the icon for goal 2, which I did set, but I'm going to, so now they have unique icons. So it's good for, like, in the testing phase, like in the development phase, it helps to have things of different values so you can actually see that things got updated and changed and all of that. Okay. Alrighty. No, but this message early, now KS, you weren't here. You weren't here at the beginning of the stream, but you missed it. I was talking about how I got to give a quick recap to KS, okay? I need him to be up to speed. So KS, I was talking about how 5-6 years ago, I went on a Tinder date with this woman. Yeah, this must have been 2017, 2018, before I met my wife, before I started dating my wife. And I went on a date with this woman, and as happens, there was no chemistry. I mean, it wasn't a bad date, but there was no chemistry, and we just were kind of like, okay, whatever, you know, like it was cool meeting you, and like maybe we'll be friends on Facebook, like that kind of thing, right? No hard feelings or anything like that. And we talked a few times on Facebook, but then it just kind of fizzled out, and we each kind of went our own way, but we remained friends on Facebook. And then I guess maybe about 2 or 3 years ago, which would have been about 4 years after this date, I get this weird voicemail message from her. No, not a voicemail message. It was a voice message on Facebook. And it was literally like, "Hey, how's it going? Yeah, weird hearing from me, right? Well, the reason that I'm sending you this message is because I recently came across this opportunity, I guess you would call it, that has got me so excited. And so what you like, can you imagine being your own boss and making $10,000 a week? Crazy, right? But I actually know somebody who did it." And blah, it was basically like some like pyramid schemey type thing. So like immediately just block, right? Don't even think twice, just block. But it did, I was talking about how weird it was. Like it was like this, like I didn't know her that well, but from what I did know of her, it was still such a deviation from her normal personality that it made me think of like, it reminded me of like somebody being indoctrinated by a cult, or somebody like something like that, right? Like some religious cult, or like some brainwashing, like maybe she's now in Scientology. I don't know, right? And so that's kind of what it made me think of. And I was talking about how I had a recent, like I had an experience like that today with somebody. And it was just very, but it wasn't, but in this person's defense, the person was not asking me for money. However, I felt that there would be, how can I say this? It's kind of like a, like if I was like, "Hey, KS, like, oh my God. So I've just been working with this group, and it's been so rewarding and so great. And we're trying to do really, really good things, but I'm just, I'm paying out of pocket for this. I mean, it's rough, but they're doing such good work, and it's so noble. But, it's just, I'm just like, all this money is just coming out of my own pocket." There was that kind of tone to it. Like, so you see what I'm getting at there? Like, I'm not, like, if the person's listening, then I'm screwed at this point. Like, the person's not going to talk to me anymore after this. But do you see that? But like, am I like that tone? Like, yeah, no, oh, it's so good, but I'm just, it's a lot of money out of my own pocket to do this really noble, great thing. But, it's so like that kind of thing. And so they weren't asking me for money. Like they weren't. Or were they? Or will they? I don't know. But then there's like part of me that's like, you know what? Like not everything revolves around Planet Addy, right? Like I am only the center of my own universe. So like maybe the person's just like just genuinely being genuine. Maybe they're genuinely being genuine. Maybe the person's just being genuine and they're just talking and like they don't have any intention of, they're just mentioning multiple times how they're giving money out of their own pocket for this very noble thing. I don't know. It was just weird. It was weird. It was weird. It was weird. Oh, but this came about as with a good morning text, which is not unusual to get a good morning text from this person. And so it was a good morning text, and then there was this long voicemail message, which ended up being this thing that I'm talking about. But what happened, like the way the conversation went this morning is like there were some messages. It said like, "Good morning, how did you sleep?" Blah 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 blah, and then like literally like a 4-minute long voice message. And so I was like, oh God, I just woke up. I'll listen to that in a little bit. But I responded text-wise. I was like, oh, hey, slept pretty well. How did you sleep? Hope you had a good night. And then I just let it be. And then the person saw my messages. Oh, I'm going to talk about something else, too. I'm going to talk about something else. And so the person saw my messages. And then they responded like, yeah, I slept well. And then they quoted their own voice message and said something like, you're not going to respond to this? Question mark, question mark, question mark. And I was like, I literally wrote to the person and was like, I just woke up. I'll listen to it in a little bit. Like, am I reading too much into this? Am I reading too much into this? I just don't know. I just don't know. Oh, but then that was when I decided to do something on WhatsApp that I should have done a long time ago. And that is turn off my read messages or what is it? The read indicator or whatever. I am so sick of Gen Zers like being like, why'd you leave me on read? You left me on read. Like, oh, well, you left me on red for like 6 hours. And these people are acting like girlfriends. Like some of them are guys that like these are men doing that, like acting like girlfriends. Like you left me on red for like 5 hours. What the fuck? Like, maybe I pop on and read the message and then pop off and then I forget. Like, oh my God. So I disabled, like on WhatsApp. This is all on WhatsApp. So you know how like when you've read a message or when somebody's read your message, it turns blue. 2 check marks and blue. Disabled it. Gone. Nobody. No more read receipts. No more. I am done with read receipts. That is too much of an invasion into my privacy because here's how I work. Well, first of all, I would say 90% of the time that if you send me a message on WhatsApp, there is a 90% chance that I will see that message in my browser on my computer, whether I'm on a laptop or on a desktop. I'm probably not looking on my phone. So with that, I will read the message and then I'll tab into something else. Or like if I see out the corner of my eye, like, oh, the little 1 indicator on the tab, like, oh, let me see who messaged me. Oh, look, it was KS. And then, oh, that's pretty funny. I'll respond to that in a few minutes. And then I'll alt tab out of that. And then 30 seconds later, get a message from KS. What, you're not going to respond? What? Okay, 30 seconds, not probably. But 15 minutes maybe. What, you're not going to respond? Why'd you leave me on read? Like, holy fuck. Can't I read a message? Like, and this is the other thing. Like, when did we become obligated to respond to messages within a certain amount of time after reading them? And what is that certain amount of time? Like, okay, yes, okay. What I said is idiotic. What I just said was pretty stupid sounding. But there has to be a reasonable window. right? Like, if I read your message and I don't respond for a week, okay, right? But if I read your message and I respond within 5 seconds, then we're good, right? So a week bad, 5 seconds good. So there's somewhere between a week and 5 seconds, there's a line. There's a line where it's okay. Like, can I go 10 minutes? I would say yes. Honestly, and so I was actually thinking about this, and I was like, I think a reasonable amount of time would be 6 hours. Like a quarter of a day. And 6 hours, assuming I am not asleep, or assuming it is not near my bedtime. Because if you send me a WhatsApp message at like 9 p.m., it is very possible that I have looked at my phone for the last time that day. And I have 0 notifications on my phone. 0. And I did this about 10 years ago. I turned off all notifications on my phone. Like, sometimes you get a text message and it pops up on the screen. It comes down, it pops up. Turned it off. Nope. Even the little icons up at the top that show you like the little down here, in Windows you have like the tray icon, and the equivalent on Android is like the little icons at the top. Turn those off. Turn those fuckers off. If I don't need to be notified that you messaged me. I will check the messaging app. And if it's that important, you can call me. Even calls. So calls, I can't turn off the missed call. I can't turn off the missed call icon. Apparently, there's no way to turn it off. So I rarely have my ringer on. And so, but if you call me, obviously, the whole phone lights up, and you can't disable it. Maybe you can. Don't tell me how. But no, so I have 0 notifications on. 0. And it's wonderful. It's wonderful because then I read messages on my time, on my terms, not yours, on mine. So take that. Take that, KS. Take that. All right. Let's get back to this. We're going to get this done. Ben Owaki says, I've gotten too old for social media and all these stupid apps. So I also notifications disable for everything that's possible. Yep. Absolutely. Because if you let it, every little fucking app is going to send you a goddamn notification. Like my wife, that bar at the top of my wife's phone, it is cluttered. Look, I'm going to pick up my phone. Look. Let me open it up. I'm going to open it up. I want to show you. Look at the notification. Oh, wait. No. I'm not going to show that on screen. No, we're not going to show that. Look at the notifications on screen. Look, right there. Look, right there. There's a missed call, and then there's other notifications that I don't know that oh, wait, that's YouTube. Oh. But look, there's none. There were what? 4? My wife's, hers. It's incredible. It's like the stock market ticker of just icons scrolling by of notifications, and I'm just like, how do you live like that? I don't it's like the same people. Do you know these people who live with their phone constantly on 2% charge or 5%? Do you have a cable? Oh, my phone's about to die. How do you live life? I don't understand how you live life with your phone about to die. If my phone is under 60% charge, I'm panicking a little bit. If it's under 40%, I'm panicking outright. I don't understand how people live their life at my friend David. Constantly, we'll be talking on the phone, hey, and then suddenly just out. And at first I thought maybe he was hanging up on me, what's going on? And then he'd call me back an hour later, I'd be like, what happened? He's like, oh, the battery died. And it's easy to just dismiss and be like, oh, he's probably, he could be lying, right? Maybe he's lying, or he got a better phone call or something. He got a phone call from a friend he likes better, so he took that phone call. Something like that. No. He lives his life on 5%. I don't understand how people live their life on 5%. I do not. I'm a 90% or more guy. That's me. That's how I roll. Warado? I don't know what you're saying, KS. Warado? Okay. We got to get some programming done, for Christ's sakes. Holy heck. All right, we got to do this. And if you haven't already, be sure to click and subscribe and like the stream. Benawaki, have you subscribed? Have you liked the stream? Honestly, like, have you? Let's have a talk, Benawaki. Have you really liked the stream? Huh? Have you clicked that like button? Have you honestly clicked that subscribe button? How do you wake up and no. Okay. Let's do this. Okay. So we have the we fixed the mini map icon. You get back to work. Thank you, KS. Usually Not Sure is here to like keep me on track because I can veer off track very easily. But and the thing is like being on the stream, it actually helps me stay focused. Like during the day, like with work, like I'm a spaz. Like I cannot sit down for more than 5 minutes. It's become a problem. I need drugs. I don't need drugs, but I feel like I need drugs. And you would think that I was like as hyper as I am right now, you would think that I was like on Adderall or snorting coke. No. I wish. All right. Okay. So we have these. So this little setting on each goal, I have this icon, minimap icon. So what we need to do, we need to know the center of the minimap. Here's how this is going to work. Okay, let me get my favorite application. Let me get there is a so I am what is known as a chief architect in the software engineering world. I've worked very hard, and this is a tool that all chief architects in the industry should use. If they're not using it, they're missing out. This is called paint.net. Anyway, that's a joke, boys. Okay, here's how this is going to work. So we have the mini map down here. Well, wait a minute. That's not going to. So let's see. How is this going to work? If the player is here, okay, and then if the goal that they need to go to is over here. So what's going to happen is we're going to get a vector, right? We're going to this here is a vector. Basically from the player's position to the goal's position. And you can see here that there are different types of goals in this objective system. I'm thinking about changing it to mission system. I think I like mission better than objective, although I kind of hate the word goal. Can you think of it? Like, if you can think of a word better than goal, let me know. But basically, there are different types of goals. And so the three that I can think of offhand that are pretty easy are arrive at, like a goal that says, hey, go to this spot. Collect item is another one, like, hey, collect this item. And then the last one is defeat enemy, okay? So we're starting easy. We're just starting with the arrive at goal. So obviously the arrive at goal is going to have a coordinate that you have to go to, obviously. So that's what this location here is. And then, of course, we have the player location. So this is going to be a vector. This is going to be a vector V1, okay? Which is going to have a direction. It's going to have a magnitude, which is basically just the length, and it's also going to have a direction. Now, in the mini map, what we can do, if my math is correct, we know that the player is always at the center of the mini map. Oh, this. Yeah, no, this should be fine. This should be fine. Okay, we know basically this vector here. This direction is going to be the same direction on the mini map. So basically all we need to do is we need to get this direction here, get the direction of the player to the location, and then basically we will normalize that vector. Which basically means normalization basically means you take a vector and you make it a length of 1, right? But you preserve the direction that it's pointing in, essentially. So that's what we're going to do here is we'll normalize this. Instead of normalizing it to 1, we'll normalize it to the radius of the mini map. And then what we'll do is at that point we know, okay, the center of the mini map is here. We know that the radius is R. And we know that we want to draw it in direction from we know the direction in which we want to draw it. So from that, we should be able to get coordinates right here. We should be able to get, oh, can't even see that. That's a terrible decision. But we should be able to get coordinates right here and know that we need to draw the icon. Now, I originally thought, like my original thought was, well, why don't we just have the icon just kind of like be close to the camera? But that's not going to work. It's not going to work. It wasn't a well-thought idea. I'm not even sure why I mentioned it, so just ignore that. But I think that this idea will work here. I guess it's not too tricky. We need to get screen coordinates, essentially, right? We need to get this, but we have the screen coordinates through the canvas on which the mini-map exists. So that should work. Benawaki says 1010 illustrations. Thank you. Like I said, this is... these types of illustrations, this is a skill that comes only after you've been in the software engineering industry for decades. Just keep practicing, and eventually one day you'll be able to draw diagrams as well as this. All right, so what I want to start with at first is simply when the goal is activated, I want to instantiate the icon just anywhere on the screen. I don't care where. Let's just instantiate it somewhere on the screen. KS says, so you actively convert game objects into this screen. I'm not sure what you mean by that. Yes. I mean, game objects are drawn on the screen. That's what game objects are exactly that. They're game objects. So I'm not too sure what I'm not too sure what the question there is. So we're gonna start very basic by just getting the We're gonna start basic by just getting the we're getting the icon on the screen. So what I want to show you is if you look at the beginning of the game, like when I start the game, it's going to tell you like, oh, welcome to the game, and then okay, go to this house, and I'm going to show you what we have done of the objective system so far. Of course, now Unity is going to take its time loading, but we'll see. We'll see when we get there. Come on. Yeah, but this incident with this other person this morning, it was different. It was different. And I've known this person for, I guess, about a year and a half now, and it's a bit of a deviation. Okay, so here we go. So time to learn the basics. I guess go to the light pole stat. Obviously, we can improve the timing on there, let the message stay on the screen a little bit longer, but for now, it's fine. So, and this is the thing. Like, I know which light pole you need to go to because I created the goddamn goal, but obviously a new player would not. So what you would see on the screen down in the mini-map is you would see like a little star or whatever. And at first, we just want to draw it on the screen. And once we get it drawing on the screen, it's going to be tricky, right? Because when we get closer to it, like think about this. I'm trying to think of how to describe this. But if you look down the mini-map, if the icon is on the edge of the mini-map and then you get closer to it, the icon's going to like come into view of the mini-map. So I think we actually kind of need two objects, right? We need one that is like up in the air on the terrain such that the camera of the mini-map will pick it up. That means that as I'm walking closer to it, it will come closer to you, right? So that's one object, but then we need the second object, which is just the icon that's going to be floating on top of the mini-map. Matthew, he's in the house, apparently. Hey, Addy, I'm still lurking. Hope to see icons on the mini-map in the next hour. We'll all be there. KS says, the map bound to the game, or do you need to place the game objects in the scene? S-bounds. Do you need to place that? So I'm not sure. I'm still not quite sure what you're asking, but maybe if I explain how it works a little bit, maybe that will clear things. Maybe that'll answer your question. So the way the mini map works. So obviously you see the tree, you see this light pole and all of that. Like those are game objects that I have placed in the scene. Basically, all the mini map is a second camera, right? So the main camera I'm moving right now. right? The main camera is it's like the eyes of the player. That is the main camera that I'm moving around. The second camera you can think of is the second camera just exists above the field or the island, the plane, whatever you want to call it. The second camera just rests way above and it's looking straight down. And then what that camera sees is what we are projecting onto the mini map, right? So that is just like you see this, like it looks almost like a river. It's not a river. It's this path. And like, see how I'm standing on the path? So literally the camera is just facing right down. Excuse me. Okay. So hopefully that answers your question. So here, we're going to go to this light pole and then you did it. You found the light pole. Now go to the house in the map. I mean, this is just test data. And then I know which house it is. And then over here is the house. And now it's going to say, you did it. You found the right house. The introduction mission was a success. Okay, and eventually we're gonna have missions that are a success or failure. But right now we just assume success, as everybody should in life. Okay, now how do we do this? Does the minimap bind to the game objects, or does it convert them into icons for display? Got it. Okay, so right now the camera. So the way we're doing it both ways, kind of. The camera is projecting what it sees, right? Like I just saw that, I just showed you that path. Like here, when I start, if the game would fucking start. Okay, there we go. All right. So literally on the mini map right now, you see the boat, you see the bridge, the pier, whatever you want to call it. It's the same thing. It's the same game object. So the boat in the mini map you see, and the boat on the main scene, those are the same game objects being displayed, right? Same exact thing. So in that sense, you could say the mini map is bounded to the game objects in the scene, right? However, the arrow in the circle you see, this is a little trickery. So that's an icon that's only shown in the mini map, but it's bounded. This is a little trickery. So basically there is that icon. It's invisible in the main camera. So there's a setting where you say, here, let me show you. Let me see if I can remember. Let me see if I can remember how to show you. I don't remember how to show you. But basically there is this mini-map player icon. I think, okay, I got to remember this. If I go, wait a minute. Let me go to player. Easy. No. Okay. So if I go to this mini-map player icon, and if I do, no, it's not going to do it. I screwed it up. But basically, that arrow in that circle, it is on top of this player right now. But the reason you don't see it is because we have a setting that basically says, for this camera, it's invisible. For the mini-map camera, it's not invisible. Does that make sense? So in that sense, that's an icon, and that's essentially what I'm going to do. So the way that I want the minimap icons for these missions to work is I'm going to do the same thing to an extent, right? I'm going to have an icon at the position that. God damn it, Matthew made it all complicated, and I don't remember how to. Let me see. URP. Oh no, I'm gonna look up pipeline. I think it's pipeline. Maybe. No. I don't remember how this works. Matthew screwed it all up. He made it overly complicated, had to program the camera in assembly, had to do all, okay, render deferred. Okay. So there's the player down, okay, there's the player. And I think if I do this, no. All right, in that case, I don't know. Wait, what? Transparent water UI player. Yeah, no, I don't know. Anyway, I want to do the same thing. It was just the layer. We ditched the pipeline. But wait, I'm trying to show him the icon that's on the player. And I can't remember. And that was, I thought we went to the deferred renderer. and then we change the transparent layer, right? Like to this. But I don't see the icon that's on the player, and I'm not sure why. Oh God, did I screw things up? Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my. Okay. Nope. I screwed things up. All right. But this is why we have source control. Yeah. We'll reset this right here. We'll just go ahead and redo this right here. So Matthew apparently is hanging out with a friend. Apparently Matthew has decided that we're not his friends, and he actually wants to hang out with like real people. So whatever, loser. Okay, checking this in. So you're just gonna have to trust me, KS, that there are icons, and actually you're gonna see in a minute that how well, no, you probably won't. Okay, checking this in so I don't lose it. Okay, so let's actually start with the easiest part, which is we will instantiate the icon on the scene, and then we're going to have to instantiate another, basically a copy of the icon on a canvas, because the minimap exists on a canvas, so we have to put a minimap icon on the canvas, and then we have to put one in the scene. And I'll explain why in a second, but let's see if we can get started there. Let's see. Okay. So I had this objective system. I got rid of objective system, and now we just have this objective manager class and nothing else. All right. I eventually do want to have some like goal start event, but right now I'm just going to manually do this, I think. Okay. So this is where this is kind of, So I added this class called run once, which does exactly that. It runs the thing one time. And then I added, this is a bad design, and I don't know. So basically what this pre-calls parameter says is, well, first of all, this class, you pass it a lambda, basically some functionality, and you say, run this functionality just one time, never again, just once. And then I added another parameter, because the idea there is that this function is that usually when you have to have a pattern of run this functionality one time, that means that block of code is going to be called over and over and over, like in a loop. So that's what's being done here in update. All right. So the run once run method gets called over and over and over, but the functionality only gets called once. I added this pre-calls, which basically says this is how many times it has to be called before you run the functionality. So basically, some game objects are hidden from the player and represented as icons. Yeah, you could. That's one way to put it. I mean, you are not wrong. I don't know that I would look at it that way, because that could lend to other confusion. So, well, let me see. So basically, some game objects are hidden from the player and represented. No. So the way I would look at it is, first of all, you have to understand that there are two cameras, right? We have the main camera and we have the mini-map camera. And the way I would look at it is, some game objects are visible to both cameras, like the boat, right? The boat is visible to the main camera and to the mini-map camera. Some game objects are only visible to the mini-map camera, like this little icon, right? So that little icon, which is a game object itself, but it is only visible to the mini-map camera. And then the player icon, right? The gray guy. So like if I get in the boat, it's easier to see if I get in the boat. Like this gray capsule, that is the player. But if you look closely on the mini-map icon, you don't see the player. You don't see that gray capsule. So some game objects are visible only to the main and not to the mini-map. You see what I mean? So you have some that are both. You have some that are one or the other. And then I guess you could have some that are to neither. I mean, there are some. I guess there are some invisible game objects somewhere. Anyway, all right. I'm getting distracted. Okay. I need not sure here to keep me focused. All right. So I think I'm going to be ugly with this and just put this into the run once. Yeah. So what I can do here is I can do var. Yeah, let's just put it. No. Let's just put this in. Let's put this in here. I'm going to have a function called private void refactor me, but this will do for now. That is a great function name. I see nothing wrong with that function name at all. All right, and I'm just going to call this down here. Okay, so what this is going to do is this is going to instantiate the icon. So we need to instantiate two versions of the icon. We need to instantiate one on the map of the main scene, and then we need to instantiate the second one on the canvas of the mini map. We're going to start with the one on the main scene because I think that is the easier one, if I'm being honest. I think we need to save away the player object, so we'll save away a reference to the player. We'll just save that with a game object. We're going to save this as player. Oh, we don't want player. No. No. Where am I instantiating object? Oh, objective manager is a mono behavior. Oh, so actually, I don't think I need the player right now. I just need this. Okay, var. So I want to look at the goal. Goal. God damn it. All right, goal. Location. Okay, minimap icon, steampunk. Okay, so this is on the scriptable object, which is the typed data, I think. Where did I do it? Okay, so var. So basically, I want the mini. I'm just going to call it icon. Okay, icon equals, and this is going to be current objective, current goal, minimap icon. But that's not going to work. I think I need to do typed data, and then this is a template. So I need to do arrived at goal, and then that's a function. Is that not right? That's not right. All right, let me see. Yeah, see, it gets quiet when I actually start programming, huh? Do game objects decide which cameras can see them? Do cameras decide which game objects? No, actually, the programmer decides. You can use what's called layers, and you can say, hey, camera, you only show these layers, and then you say, hey, game object, you only belong to these layers. And then obviously if the camera, you see what I mean? You just do it with layers. God damn it. Would you open up over here? Typed data. This should work. I don't understand why that's not working. Where did it go? Where did my code go? Okay, right here. Current objective, current goal, typed data. Current goal. It's right there. Oh, I was doing it wrong. There's some languages where you can do return if something, but you can't do that in C#. I think you can do it in JavaScript, can't you? You can do because basically I'm going to do if icon equals null, return, right? But you can do in Perl, like ancient language Perl, you can do
return if icon equals null. I think you can do it in JavaScript too. I'm not 100% sure there. Okay, icon equals null. Okay, so we've got the icon. We assume we have the icon. So now what we can do is we'll just say, okay, game object, instantiate icon. I don't want to do this in minimap transform. What I want to do is I want to actually, let's just get all the data here, right? Let's just do all the data. Var gold data equals that. And then, so from that, and then what we can do is we can just do if gold data equals, okay, now what we can do is we can do icon is going to equal gold data dot minimap icon, and then var location equals gold data dot location. Perfect. So now we can pass that location into gold data. Gold. Oh, wait. No, I just want to do location. I don't know that I. Oh, wait. I don't really need that. Gold data dot minimap icon. Gold data dot location. Quaternion identity. Okay. So. There's potential of a lot of bugs in this. Game object is never used, but this should. I am pretty sure that this will. Okay, here's my concern. I don't know quite how Unity handles this. But my concern is that I'm going to instantiate this object, this game object, and then it's going to be destroyed right away. Now, do you know why I am concerned that it might be destroyed right away? $1 to anybody who can tell me why I am concerned that the game object might be destroyed right away. All right, time is up. So, the reason is when you have systems like that have garbage collection, like the way that these systems determine how to basically delete variables, right? Delete the data within the variables. The way the systems determine how to delete them is by using something called reference counting. And it's literally just a count of how many things are referencing that object, right? So here, sorry, KS, I got to move forward. Sorry, I know it's not your fault. It's not your fault. So I look at this code and I say, okay, I'm instantiating this object, but the only thing that has a reference to this object is this game object variable. But then as soon as I leave this function, that game object variable is deleted, which means nothing has a reference to that game object I've just created. Thus, if nothing has a reference to it, it'll be deleted. However, Unity is kind of a special beast, right? And it's very possible that there is something else that has a reference to it when you call instantiate. I don't know. But what I'm going to do, and here is how I can be assured that it will not get deleted. I can create a game object that is basically just a temp. And even though I'm never referencing it, just the fact that that temp variable exists in that object manager class means that the temp variable will never be deleted until the object manager class is deleted, which is only going to happen at the end of the game, right? So, which means, in other words, the game object should survive around. So this should there's one other thing I'm a little concerned about. Well, actually, this should allow us to do this to I'm afraid this is going to be too small. But I'm not sure how to set the scale. Let's just run it like this. Let's do this also. Debug log. Okay. And the reason I'm adding the debug message is literally just so I can set a breakpoint. Although in C++, you could set a breakpoint on that closing bracket, but I feel like when I've tried that in C# lately, it hasn't worked. Okay, let's do this. Quick question: why do we put dash on data on majority of properties? That's a me thing, and actually, it's kind of a C++ thing. But I do it for readability. If I see a dash in front of a variable, I know that it is a member of the class, as opposed to a local variable. I fucking hate code. Like if I'm down here, and then I see x equals, well, that was terrible. If I see x equals 1, and then I'm like, okay, and then I'm like, oh, I see x. So that's probably declared at the top of the function, and then it's nowhere to be found. And then it turns out that x is a part of the class, or even worse, the base class. No, I fucking hate that. I want to be able to look at a variable and know if it's a local variable or know if it's like a member variable of the class. So I put a dash in front of the variable names that are member variables. Now, these are like for serialized fields. I don't know. I mean, like it's just. I mean, I'm in C#. I'm not like in this project in general. I'm not as strict with that as I normally am. But that's why I put them there. That's what I try to do that. Okay, so we should hit this breakpoint, and then I'm curious to see what the scale is of temp. Right. So we hit the breakpoint. Let me look at temp. I got a bunch of stuff here I can delete. And then temp. Add watch. All right, let me see. I guess it would be base. I'm afraid that I've instantiated the object, but that it's so small I'm not going to see it. That's why I'm sitting here trying to be like, well, how big is it? That's what she said. Okay, let's see. Game object. There we go. I guess it would be in the transform. And then we have local scale, lossy scale. Lossy scale is the world scale, right? I think so. Local position. Lossy scale is 1. I'm a little concerned. Oh, well, let's see. Let's see. Okay. So, hello? Okay, here we are. We're at the beginning of the game. Okay, so I'm going to run over here, and I do not see an icon. So I should see like a floating icon on this pole, but I do not see it. I do not see it. So the position, when we looked at the position was right. Like local position. That's a local, well, position, 382, 374. Which is the same position as the, 382, 374. So it's, okay, so that, okay, all right. So here's a little trick I like to use when I want AI to do something for me, but, or when I want, okay. It's a trick to use AI. Triple the size of the temp object. Now let's see if AI figures it out. No? Nothing? Temp. Dot. Okay, is AI working at all? AI might not be working. Okay, how do I do this? Is it like set scale or something? Okay, all right. We'll go over here. Okay, then we'll go over here. Okay. In Unity, how do I double the size of a game object if it is a variable called temp, which is how local scale times 2. Okay. So local scale is writable. Alrighty. All right. I feel like that's not right, but I guess it is. It's not. Oh, local scale transform. Oh my God. Stop it. Okay, local scale. No, not local rotation. Local scale. We're gonna make it 10 times as big. That's what she said. Okay. All right. And then we're going to debug log the size of temp is. Really, AI? Okay, this tells me AI is not working. Like, this tells me something's wrong with AI. Let's check the Copilot extension. Huh. Yeah, I'm not sure. Yeah, AI should be filling this in for me. What is that? That's an objective manager. It's really big. Okay. I'm going to see if the... Okay, see, the AI is working here in Visual Studio Code. Works swimmingly. But it's not working in Visual Studio for some reason. I guess maybe we could just try stopping and exiting. All right, so we got this. We'll just stick with Visual Studio Code for a few minutes. Okay, we got that. Okay, so basically now what we've done is we've been like, okay, create that object and make it 10 times as big as it normally is. All right, come on, let's do it. This is going to work. I have a good feeling about this. I got to stand up. Oh, just want to stretch my legs. Just want to stretch them. Oh, okay. Oh, now we can sit down. All right. I did a run today on the treadmill. This is the second run I've done on the treadmill. It's actually a nice treadmill. Okay, I would hope to see a huge frickin'... You know what? Okay, so here actually is the icon as the game object. Scale 10, you know what? It might be underground. I'm not even joking. Let me go into the scene. Let's go over here. Okay, that's promising. Okay, so this is the icon. Basically, it's invisible. What? It's like some layering thing. But it has the default layers. This is bizarre. Do you ever forget how to code things you once did often? How do you handle it? I worry about learning. So, yes, but the thing is like programming is less about remembering the exact syntax or API calls or function names, right? Or like the exact order of parameters of a function. Like, that's not programming. That's not what programming is about. Programming is about patterns and being able to recognize patterns and being able to I think one of the biggest skills of programming is being able to break a problem down into manageable chunks that you can attack, right? I think that's what programming is. It's just so yeah. So like I was just talking to my daughter the other day. She's a developer also, and I was talking about how like I haven't done any C++ programming in a while at my job. And because I've been doing other like manager, architect type, whatever stuff. And so I haven't actually had time to actually do programming. And I miss it. But I know that there's just little idiosyncrasies of the language that I'm going to forget, that I have forgotten probably. But I'm not particularly worried about being able to pick it up again, because I might have forgotten the little minutia of the language C++, but I'm not worried that I have forgotten how to program, right? Because it's two different things. I may have forgotten details about C++, but I have not forgotten how to program. Okay, let's see. And it's like any other skill. Like, as long as I've been doing it, it will take me a long time of not doing it to forget it. Just because I've literally been programming for like over 40 years. So started when I was like 6 years old. I'm 50 now. So it's been a long time. It will take me a long time to forget it. Okay. Okay. So this is where Matthew's expertise might be helpful, but he's too busy with his friend. He's got a friend. Oh, my friend is here. I'm hanging out with my friend. All right. So, because here is the icon. So it's definitely getting created. It's even... Let me look at something. Let me look. If I go here, and then I go here. Oh. Well... Oh. What? Okay, let's break this down. Let's look at this. Okay. We don't need Matthew. We can do this without him. Okay, so we got draw mode. I think it's simple. Okay, that all looks fine. It is a sprite. It's a sprite renderer. Could it have something to do with the sprite unlit default? No. Sorting layer. All right. Matthew's here. Put it on the minimap layer instead of default. No, I want it to draw on the scene. I want it on the scene. I don't want it on the minimap. Oh, and KS says, look who's back. Yeah, look who's back. Look who it is. Look what the cat dragged in. No, Matthew, I'm trying to draw this one on the scene. Because the idea is that this is the one that will be picked up on the minimap camera. Wait a minute. But, okay, yes. So eventually I do want to put it on the minimap layer, but for now I want it on the scene. So, because I want to be able to run to it and see it. So I'm not sure why I don't see it. Let's look at it again. Does that make sense? So here it is. Right? There it is. I mean, that's it. Like, that is it, right? It's a sprite. It's a script. Wait, this says it's a script. Okay, list is... Okay, wait. Anyway, I don't know what that's telling me, but I would like to know why I cannot see it here, right? Like... Okay, let's try something. Let's try what Matthew said. Let's run to it. I'm going to put it on the minimap layer. And I'm going to see if it pops up on the... It might pop up on the icon. I don't think it... Excuse me. I don't think it will, but let's try it anyway. Minimap layer. Yeah. It's not there. And then let's drill the minimap in. So that what we're looking at... Okay, here's the other thing we can do. I forget the height of the minimap camera. Actually, it should be easy enough to find out, though. If we go to the HUD, we go to the info HUD, we go to minimap mask, minimap camera. The minimap camera is at 81. So the minimap camera is at 81. So let's try putting the icon at... Oh, first, let's make it flat. Let's do that. So let me see. We come over here. And then we're going to flatten it here. We're going to do this right there. Okay. Ignore the gunshots. Just ignore them. Everything's fine. Okay. And we're going to move this up to like 70. Oh, that was 40. 70, right? So now if I go back to the game... Okay, so it does look like I can see it. I can see it on the mini-map, which is great. Okay, so that is very similar to the functionality I want, right? So the icon's there. But I want to know why we can't see it on the main scene. Like that's still not clear to me. Oh, well, right now it's on the mini-map layer. So let me bring this back down to 0.5. And then let's put it to default. Or if we put it to... I don't know. If it's on the play... Oh, okay, there it is. If it's on the player layer... the player layer. If it's on the player layer... I've been on the player layer before. Oh, boy. Okay. Okay, so we got it here. Okay. Not quite understanding what's going on, but it's good. It's good. I mean, it's kind of working. Let me go to the men's room. I'll be right back. All right, gentlemen, I'm back. Give me a minute. All right. Don't worry, I'm back. Just give me a second. For Christ's sakes, just give me a minute. God, people are so impatient. Swear to God, this is not Shore's fault. Okay, where are we? Okay, so we have kind of made, we've made some progress, right? So let's go back. All right. So I think what we know we can do. We want to set. This is really bad code right now, but we're getting our bearings straight. All right. So what we want to do is we're going to do temp transform. Is it position? Position plus equals. Okay. So we want, so the, yeah, I think this is kind of what we want. 60 maybe. So this should raise it up a little closer to the mini-map camera, and then it should be more visible as we walk closer to it. We still need to tackle having the icon on the edge of the mini-map when it's not in the mini-map camera's purview, but at least now it's in the mini-map camera's purview, right? I think what we'll do is once we have that logic worked out for in this temp situation, then we can refactor the code and move towards the more permanent solution. But right now, I just want to get the code figured out, like what the code's going to look like, and then we can move it to the more temp solution. So you can see here, it's not seen anywhere. We can't see it. Oh wait, I need to put it. Okay, so that's because I need to put it on the correct layer. So let me see. If I put it on the layer here, mini-map. Really? Okay, how did we solve? So you see when I zoom in and out of the mini-map, the arrow and circle does not change size. I'm trying to remember how we solved that for the arrow and circle. So I guess we could just look at the code for the arrow and circle. Is it this right here? Minimap player icon. How did we do that? Ugh, we're going back into visual. Hopefully AI is working. Let me see. I don't know why we have this separate code, but okay. Minimap camera transform position. So we basically take the new. Okay. So okay. That's right. We look at the minimap. We look at the camera of the minimap. We look at its position, and then we're always like 10 below. Yeah. We're changing the size too? Really? Really? Basically, we want this same functionality for our other icons. I'm just a little confused as to why we are changing this. So this is for the minimap player icon. We move the icon up and down with the minimap camera. But then we scale it too. And I'm not sure why we do. I don't think we have to. I mean, I guess we do have to because we are. I'm just not sure I understand why. Okay. Well, that's all right. That's okay. We got to push forward. We got to push forward. You know what? God gave us lemons. By gosh, we're going to make beer. Okay. So, let's see what we got here. We're going to do this. So I need the minimap camera serialized field. That could be part of the objective manager. Let's see, it's the mini map. Is the minimap camera on the minimap object? Yes, I think so. Minimap mask. Yes, it is. So I guess I could just find a camera component under it. So I think what we can do. Private. This will be camera. No, camera. Why is that red squiggly? Why is the red squiggly there? Okay, so first let's just call this minimap camera. Minimap camera. Okay, the red squiggly went away. Thank you. We should be able to figure that out on awake because we give the minimap. Okay. We assume, let's actually put this here. We assume that the minimap camera is a child of the minimap object. Perfectly. Thank you, AI. I love it when AI works. All right, so now we should be able to assign it here. Minimap camera, get component in children and camera. And then, actually, I think we'll do try. Try get component. Is there a try get component in children? I guess so. Is that actually a function? All right. I'm not trusting AI at all right now. Let's just go with, okay. Unity, get component in children. Purpose. Okay, let me see. Okay, so it will return null or not. Okay, perfect. All right. So basically, I'm going to throw if oh my god, I cannot type. I don't want to debug an error. I want to throw an error. If I can't get the minimap camera, that is an exceptional. Remember what we always say here. If something exceptional happens, don't make it happen. That's what we always say, right? If something exceptional happens, then you don't do that. That's words of wisdom right there. Okay. Okay, so minimap camera. Perfect. All right. I'm going to rename this. This code's really going to have to be refactored quite a bit because we could have multiple icons on at the same time. They need to go away. They need to come and go. But right now, again, we're just getting our bearings, right? We're just getting our bearings straight. Okay, so this is going to be active. I don't know, active goal icon. Again, this is okay, Matthew. This is not production code. I've said it a million times. This is not production code. This is just to get our bearings straight. Do you okay? Okay? All right. Thank you. All right. So from this, like, okay, position. Actually, why should be minimap player script? Oh, wait, is it minimap player icon script? I'm just going to open it up over here. Minimap player icon script. Perfect. So what we can do, yeah. New position minus 10. No, it's going to be minimap camera dot transform position minus 10. .y. Yes, thank you, AI, for fixing that. Okay, perfect. Okay, so this is... Okay, so that should be fine. That should be good. Now, obviously, I'm going to have to put this in the update as well. Actually, I think this could all... No, this could be in the update to begin with. Okay. Local scale 10. I think we're going to have to maybe, so like on the goal, I'm going to close, I'm sticking with the Visual Studio Code for now, for tonight. I think what we're going to do, let's see, goal. Wait, arrive at goal. Arrive. I think arrive at goal. I mean, eventually, Yeah, this is a location that's just a vector 3. We probably want to have a transform or something. Well, no, the minimap icon would have to have a transform. Anyway, okay. I completely lost my train of thought. Let me close. I'm going to have to close Visual Studio Code. I mean, Visual Studio. Okay. Okay, let's see how this looks. Can't believe Matthew's hanging out with friends. The nerve of that guy. God damn it. All right, fine. I'm going to... Okay, hopefully... Okay, is the AI... I'm going to see if the AI is fixed right now. Okay. I think the AI is fixed in Visual Studio, so we can stick with Visual Studio. Okay, I think I can just get rid of this. That's all I need to do. Okay. I heard a message come through, but I have yet to see it. I still have not seen it. See, look. See? See? All right. So we can run this now. Ooh, excuse me. Okay. Oh, okay. So the exception is thrown. Yeah, it's not going to work because I have not assigned the mini map yet. The mini map. What was that? What was that error actually? The variable mini map of Objective Manager has not been assigned. You probably need to assign the minimap variable of Objective Manager. Objective Manager exists on the player. Objective Manager minimap. It has not been assigned. Okay, so we can do that here. I thought I did assign it, but okay. Okay, perfect. I heard a message come through. Never saw it. Okay. So we're not getting we're not getting an error. That's good. Let's come over here. Now, do we see the icon on the minimap? And we do not. Oh, did I not change the layer? I probably didn't. Yeah, let me see. Minimap. No. Okay, this did work. Oh, look at the Y. Look at the Y on the minimap icon. It's just going. It's just getting bigger and bigger and bigger. Okay, why is that happening? What are we doing? Am I doing a plus when I shouldn't? Oh, I am doing a plus when I shouldn't. Okay. So what we need to do. That's funny. That's funny. I'm an idiot. What was it? What was it called? It was called Minimap Player Icon Script or something like that. Yeah, Player Icon. Minimap Player Icon Script. Oh my God. Why? What? Over here, motherfucker. Yeah, we'll just do this. Yeah, we'll just do update. So that will be the minimap transform position, new position. So new position actually is going to equal, so new position Y is going to equal, let's see, new position dot Y equals minimap transform position dot Y minus 10. And then, yeah, and then we can just do this. Perfect. Okay. That looks better. Now we're not continuously just increasing the altitude of the minimap icon over and over and over, just on and on and on into infinity and beyond. Isn't that like a Toy Story, like Buzz Lightyear? I don't even know why I said that, but all right, let me see. Okay, go to the light bulb. All right, let's see. Oh, I still haven't fixed the layer. right? I still need to do that. That would be here. It's still not working. Well, let's make sure I've... Wait a minute. This is too big. 50? Okay, it's being set manually in the update. Let's go to scene. Oh, you know what? It's not rotated properly. Okay. So what we can do... What can we do? All right. I think we just want to do a rotation about the x-axis of... Would it be... I guess it's not... Okay, 90 degrees. That makes sense. But... I'm afraid that we're going to be looking at the bottom of it, right? Or is that a thing with sprites? I'm guessing it is. Okay, let's just go with 90. But then there's also the height. Well, what's the mini-map? What's the mini-map camera's location? Let me see. Mini-map camera. Yeah, that's wrong. The mini-map camera is at 80. Did I, in fact, do minus? Am I doing my math wrong? Minimap camera position Y minus 10. Okay, let me just try. Is there something about that I'm not seeing? That's weird. Like, I feel like that should work, but I don't care enough to really dig into it. Let me, if I can figure out another way to do it. Okay. All right. Oh, Jesus Christ. Come on, Unity. God, Unity. I feel like Unity is to game engines what Gemini is to AIs. Retarded. Like that's how I feel about Unity. Like, I really feel like, and I've said this before, but that some of the design decisions in Unity were absolutely positively decided by a PM. There is no question in my mind that they were decided by a PM. Okay. So let me see. If I come over here, it's still 90. Minimap camera is at 81. I'm subtracting 10 from 81. All right. All right, let's look at this. Okay. Oh, wait a minute. Minimap camera. Minimap camera. Okay, let's debug. Minimap camera position. Add watch. Minimap camera base transform. There should be a transform somewhere around here. It's going to be base, I guess. Yeah, base transform. So yes, so local. Is it something to do with localness? I don't think so. But new position Y minus... Okay, so new position dot Y minus equals 10. So local position Y right now before this line runs should be 81.75, right? It's 99.997. Is it a matter of local position and position? Yeah, look at this. The minimap camera transform position is 100 at the Y. But what I was looking at... Where'd it go? I was looking at local position. Position. 100. Okay. So why is it positioned up here, but then it seems like I want local position down here? I don't like this. Like, position should be the world position, and local position should be relative to any parent it has. Right? Oh my fucking God. Like, oh, Jesus Christ. But more importantly, why does it work up here? Well, let's see if I'm assigning the same thing. So this is minimap player icon script. It's here. This is that script. This is the minimap camera. Okay. So I've assigned the actual camera as opposed to the other one where I've assigned the mask. So let's assign the actual camera. So here I assign the, okay, let's do that. Okay. Let's be consistent, Addie. Let's try to be consistent. Let's try. People do not like inconsistency. Let's try to keep it consistent. Okay. All right, put that there. All right. Finish my soda. Finish my last soda of the day. Okay, so it's still okay. Whoa! I don't know the camera position. Okay. All right. Well, wait. What's player icon at? What's happening? Like what? Like am I losing my mind? Whoa! The thing. What's going on? Okay. Here's why I'm losing my mind. This is. Let's look at this code. Let's look at this minimap player icon script, which we know works. I get the position of the minimap camera. I take the Y value and subtract 10 from it. And then that's the new position. And it works fine. What the hell is going on? Okay, let's break into this. Oh, I'm like sitting there like, why hasn't it broken into that? Okay, so here we have minimap camera position. All right, local minimap camera. Transform position. Transform. Okay, minimap camera. Okay, do I want to go to base? Why is this suddenly hiding from me? Game object. All right. Transform. Okay, this is what I want. Let's add that to the watch. Position. So that says it's 90. Okay. I mean, let me run it again. Maybe. Okay, it's still 90. Okay. All right. So let's run this. So what about here? It should be, position should be 90. It's not. Okay. Let me first confirm that these are two different values. Okay, so over on the right hand side, position, local position, let's just do that. Add a watch. Perfect. All right. So that's 87.68. Okay, on the right hand side, it's 87. On the left hand side, I'm losing my mind. I'm literally, I'm this close to snapping. I'm this close. Okay. Let's try this again. Okay, well, first of all, I'm looking at local position. So that's that. I don't know how we got local position in there. Let's do this. That's position. That's position. It's the same object. It's the same object. Okay. Just stop. Just stop for a minute. All right, let's just stop. Let's back up. Okay, minimap camera. I'm going to ignore everything else. I'm just going to look at minimap camera. It's minimap camera, Unity engine dot camera. Minimap camera, Unity engine dot camera. Okay. All right. We're on to something. I might have screwed up. No. Maybe. No. I just feel confused. I feel like an old boomer that just like can't concentrate. Okay, so it's the same object. Okay. Minimap camera transform position. Okay, so let's do this. Can I do this? I don't like really editing these because they never work for me, but I'm going to try it. Transform. Nope. Dot position. Okay. On the left-hand side, we have 100. Okay. All right. Okay. We're good. Maybe this was much ado about nothing, right? Like maybe this was just me losing my temper, like getting ready to have a Kaya situation with my dog. Just like maybe this was all on me. All right, so let me see. I was not actually going to have a Kaya situation with my dog. I would never do that. I love my dog. I'm not going to do shock therapy on my dog. All right, so just calm down. Yake Online waves. Hello there, Yake Online. Thank you for joining the insanity. How have you been, Yake Online? Okay, so this minimap camera, it looks good. So what I want to do now is I want to new position. Okay. So the Y value should be the same. The X and Y should be different. And they're the same. Oh! Okay. I got it. I think I got it. What I want is this. I want the gold data location instead of minimap camera. This is what I want. I want this. And then I want this. Oh, gold data is not. It's not there. Wait, gold data. All right, this is bad code. This is really, really bad code. Like, and it's getting worse by the minute, but that's okay. It's okay because again, the theme of the evening has been we're getting our bearings. We're trying to get our bearings. So if it's really bad code, that's okay because we're going to come back and with the magic of Yake Online, we're going to fix it. So it's okay. And Matthew says looks good to me. Approved. Yeah, no, Matthew, this is not production code. How's it going? It's going okay. It's going okay. We're having some technical difficulties, but it's okay. We're getting there. We're getting there, Matthew. We're getting there. No stressful situations while I've been gone. Matthew, have you ever known me to get stressed out, like, on stream? Like, that's just not me. Like, I am constantly a cool-headed kid. As a matter of fact, that was my nickname in high school, the cool-headed kid. All right. So what I'm looking for here is that the X and Y is different, the X and Z is different, but the Y is the same. And that is what I'm seeing. Okay, perfect. Okay, so now let's see if we can see okay, but I still have to set the layer on the object. So let's play, and then we can go over here. We can set the layer. I think we got to set the layer to the mini map. We'll do that in code in a second. I should have done that, but I'll do it in a second. And then we'll come over here. Okay, I still don't see it, and I'm getting angry. Its position is 89. What's the mini-map camera? What's the camera's position? But the camera's 81. How does that... Okay, that might be the relative. You know what? That is probably the relative position of the camera, right? 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 Oh God, I hope so. Okay, let's back up. Let's back up. Okay, let's go over to the scene. Okay, and what we're gonna do is we're gonna come over here. Oh, and I still haven't set the goddamn rotation. Okay. I'm just going to set the rotation in the prefab. It's the easiest way to do it. It's the easiest way to do it, and we know it's going to work, okay? I'm not going to do it in code. Actually, it makes no sense to do it in code. I'm going to do it in the prefab. Now, I just wish I could see the goddamn icon. Why can I not see the icon here? Okay, maybe if I mean, like, it doesn't make any sense. I don't think I have to change it to layer. Like, default. It's the prefab. Like, why can I not see it? I'm just going to set it to 90. If it's like this, and then I say rotate it 90 degrees, that's going to be clock. But it would help if I could see the goddamn thing. Why can I not, Matthew, why can I not see it? Tell me why. Tell me lies, tell me sweet little lies. The deferred renderer doesn't display it. Go to the deferred asset. But the layer, it's on the default layer. It's just a prefab. All it is a prefab. I'm literally just trying to edit the prefab. Oh, now it's gone. Oh, there it is. Okay. So, like the camera of the editor's not showing it. Right? So, okay, it's okay because we've set the rotation. We've set the rotation. It might be opposite. It might be like we've set the... Okay, let's set the rotation to negative. I think we got to, for some reason... Okay, wait. It's right there. Yes, let's go negative 90. We're going to go negative 90 degrees, but, you know, because God forbid I'm able to actually see the object. But, okay, we're going to go negative 90 on this one. Okay, we're not even going to fuck this icon right now. No. Okay. And now we're gonna, you know what? I can set the render, I can set the layer here in the prefab. I don't want to do that. No. Instead, I want to do it. I do want to do it in code. I want to set the layer in code. Okay, so how do I'm pretty sure I've done this before. I just don't know. Let's see. Set layer, maybe? Or isn't it like set layer mask or something? I'm just gonna look up layer. Editor uses default renderer, which is deferred. Oh, excuse me. Layer mask. That's it. But there was another way. I think I do it in my... yes. Here we go. No. Layer. Match case. Let's just do that. Layer mask. Here we go. I think that's what I want, but that doesn't look right for some reason. This is what I want. Okay. So I want this for now. All right. So, but wait a minute. Target mask. So can I do this? Can I do active? And Matthew, again, this is not production code. I know I have an active goal icon member variable. And yes, like that is not the production code. So just calm down. As I have said, the theme of tonight is that we're getting our bearings. We're getting our bearings, okay? So just calm down, everybody. Just like, why is everybody so stressed? Just calm down. Okay. Active icon. I guess I could do layer. Easy. Layer mask, name to layer. Get mask. I like get mask. Hard-coded master. Oh my God. Oh my fucking God. Just calm down. And yes, in terms of I did it in the States. I don't see anything wrong with that. Okay. I mean, I guess you could say, okay, well, you could have the player state as a scriptable object and do it in scriptable object. Well, oh, you could. No need to stress in game dev. Look at shut up. Okay. All right. No, stop it. I mean, he's joking. I'm 38. Okay, mini-map layer. So that's what I want. Okay, mini-map. I remember when I first noticed this code about the layer mask, get mask. I remember looking into writing a C++ library just for the flags, just for the bit flags. But there's one that exists, but it's not as friendly as C#. And I was like, I could rewrite it, but I then decided against it. Okay, minimap. Okay, so we set the layer. We've made it bigger. We have adjusted the height. We've set the location. Okay. I mean, I know, Matthew, I know this is terrible code. I understand. Like we're doing like a get, like just get, I know it's bad code. Okay. The theme tonight, there's a theme. The theme tonight is we're getting our bearings. Okay. Well, you know what? Don't make me put it on the screen because I might put it on the screen. Serenity now. Okay. All right. Let's do this. All right, we're importing the assets. I might take tomorrow off work. I just can't. I can't do this. I'm so stressed out. I can't do this anymore. I'm quitting the stream. That's it. I quit. No, I'm not quitting. I'm not quitting. I swear to God, that scriptable object nightmare from the other night, it almost made me quit. I was literally ready to be like, no, I'm not doing that because such a terrible pattern. We still need to test that. We still need to test. I'm fairly certain I do not need to copy or instantiate the scriptable objects, but we can test it. Okay, let's see. We're going to come up here. Okay, so do we see it on the... Okay, it is not on... Okay, we had it on the mask once. We had it on the mini-map once, long ago. I'm going to try... I still don't understand. Okay. The mini-map camera's position is 81, but is this that... I don't understand. I don't understand why the... Okay. Just stop, Addy. Just stop. Just stop for a second. I also don't understand why that's not changing the height of the mini-map camera. No. It's changing the size. But actually, it's not even changing this. Okay, wait. Let's look at this. No. It should be reflected there. Okay. Let's try this also. Let's do this. Okay. That's being updated in code. The rotation didn't take. I don't know why. I had it showing for a minute there. It was showing for a minute. I think what we're going to do... Okay, let's back up for a second. Let's back up. The layer wasn't even right. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to delete this. We're going to... Whoa. No. We're going to delete the setting here. Okay, let's double check. Oh, did I change the wrong one? I might have changed the wrong one. I did change... No, I didn't. I changed the right one. Okay, this is the one where it has a rotation of -90, and then we're gonna set the layer in the prefab. Okay, we're gonna set it here in the prefab. All right. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna re-drag this back over to the appropriate scriptable object, which is this. Let's double check. Okay, that's right here. There we go. Okay. So now let's try again. Easy fix. Shut up.
All right. I think KS left me, but I think KS had to go to school or something. All right. Or was that the other guy? That was Brandon. That might have been Brandon. Yeah, I'm not sure. All right. Come on. Let's go.
Okay. So let's see what we got. Let's just run there. It's still not showing up. I don't understand. The rotation, okay. Well, the rotation is 0, but I guess the prefab's rotation would be -90, so this rotation would be 0. So let's just rotate this a couple of times. No. We don't have to do that. Let's go to the scene. Let's go up here. Let's go to F. Okay, we'll go there. Okay, I rotated it in the prefab. I don't know why it's not rotated here, but let's... Still don't see it. But... Wait, where's the minimap camera? Okay, there's the minimap camera. What? Wait a minute. Okay, minimap camera is here. So I would expect the icon I'm interested in to be nearby, which it's not. Oh my god. Am I looking at the... I'm looking at the other mission. Wait, what? Intro goal 0. See, it's right there. Oh, okay. I know what happened there. I know what's happening. I can't. Okay, it's because it's all operating on current goal, and then the goal icon goes away. So okay, so I get that. So because when I complete the goal, okay, so I need to make sure the icon is still. Yeah, no, I get it. I understand what's happening. So I understand why the goal was over there. So let me go back to the light pole without actually getting close enough to, you know what? Let's just do this. Let's just go over. Okay, so, but the icon should still be there. It should be oriented 90 on the X. It's 0. When you spawn the object prefab, it defaults to 0 rotation. You need to set the rotation as you spawn it and check render layer mask for render. So no, because the prefab is rotated. The minimap layer is set appropriately, but oh, it showed up. Okay, so the rotation is screwed up. Let me see. I can't get too close or else I'm going to complete the... Okay, there we go. Okay. So I could scale this up 20, 20, 20, right? So it should be 90. Or should it be 180? I don't know. So something either sets X rotation to 0 or it needs to... no need to... Well, wait a minute. Okay, so wait. Yeah, so no need to set it in the code. So we have the layer mask set correctly. I think I'm also going to... Okay, so I'm going to get rid of these two lines. I'm not going to set the scale. I'm not going to set the layer. I'm going to do that in the... I'm going to do that in the prefab. Come on. Come on, Unity. You can do it. You can do it, Unity. You can do it, Unity. You got this, Unity. Come on, Unity. There we go. Okay. So just to make it oh my fucking God. Come on, Unity. Okay. Here we go. So we're going to set this scale to 30. We're going to make it really big. I don't want to miss it. I guess the Y doesn't actually need to be set, but it will be for this. Okay, so the rotation here is negative 90, but then I said it should be 0. But then that's... Oh, wait, I'm not editing... Fuck, motherfucker. I'm not editing the prefab. Or was I? Okay, this is the prefab. I want to edit the fucking prefab. Okay. Minimap layer, 30, 30, and 30. Okay. I don't understand why I can't change the layer and see this. Like, that doesn't... that does not make sense to me. Oh, okay. Well, never mind. All right. Okay. So it doesn't matter which rotation it actually is. And what I mean by that, it doesn't matter if it's 90 or negative 90. So we'll keep it at 90. We'll keep it at scale 30, 30, 30. The position, can I set this? I should be able to set this position as 0, 0, 0, right? Because this isn't the prefab. So I should be able to do 0, 0, 0, right? Right, Matthew? Right? Okay. And then, so it's position 0, 0, 0, rotation 90, scale 30, 30, 30. And I heard a ding, but I still don't see the message. I heard a ding, but I still don't see the message. Where's the message? That message might never come through. It's the deferred render. This fucking deferred renderer. I'm so sick of this deferred renderer. Okay. Anyway. All right. So I'm going to set this back. I'm just going to set it to default. I don't understand why default's not shown. It still doesn't make sense to me, but it's okay. Okay. You said it's because the deferred... Okay. Let's look at this fucking deferred renderer that somebody had to make everything goddamn more complicated. Okay. No. Okay. Transparent layer mask. This is, hey, these layers are transparent. So can you show them? Because it's the deferred renderer. That's like telling me, oh, what's a deferred renderer? Well, it's a deferred renderer, of course. Default isn't used in the transparency mask in the deferred renderer. Default controls which transparent layers this renderer draws. Like literally, like that, like it controls which transparent layers this renderer draws. And it's like, what? It's a transparent layer. Why would you have... So, like, well, how do you even define a layer as transparent? Like, is there a setting? Like that's the... I think that's the disconnect I have. It's like... Because as far as I can tell, it's just like, oh, I define these layers as transparent. It's no setting. It's just like I identify... I'm a layer, and I identify as transparent. Like that, it kind of feels kind of the same thing. Whatever mask it's on, add to that list. No, I get it. I just don't. No. Because this is going to screw everything up. All right, so let's just go there. You define them there. Yeah. No. There's nothing that makes a layer transparent. The only thing that makes a layer transparent is if you believe it's transparent. Like that's honestly it. Like if you treat it, you're just like, these are the layers that I am saying are transparent. That's all that makes them transparent. There's no setting. There's no transparency setting. There's no like checkbox to say that this is a transparent. That is the problem I have with this setting. There's nothing that says the layer is transparent. It's just, it's an arbitrary setting. I don't like it. The objects are transparent, not the layer itself. No, oh, of course. You're not understanding what I'm saying. Like, of course, I understand you don't render a fucking layer, but transparent layer mask. How do you define a transparent layer? Well, you don't define a transparent layer. You just say, I'm going to treat these things as transparent layers. You see what I mean? There's like a subtle difference there. Like, you're not defining anything as a transparent layer. You're just treating things as transparent layers. That's my issue with it. It's like it's weak. It's a weak definition. It's a very weak, and things that are weak are fragile, and that's why I feel like I just don't like it. It doesn't sit well with me. It's just like, you can't just identify. You just can't go around identifying as a transparent layer. Like, you're born a transparent layer, or whoa. Okay. All right. I'm pissing Matthew off. I need to stop. I get too rough on people. Opaque layer mask can't render transparency, though. But oh my god. Okay. All right. I'm just letting it go. I'm letting it go because it's. Think of it like this. If the setting was, let me think. I'm trying to think. I'm like, if the setting was named. No, I'm trying to think of a good example. Okay. If the setting was invisible or transparent color mask. Let's say that. Transparent color mask, right? And so then in that setting, say whatever colors is in that setting, those will be transparent, right? And then now the actual objects actually have that color. So I can import a blue square, and I know that if my transparent color mask contains blue, that square is going to be invisible. So do you see do you see like the difference I'm getting at there? Like, it's the transparent layer thing. There's nothing about a layer there's no property on a layer where I can say, oh, here's a layer object. Is it transparent? Like, there's no Boolean on the layer that defines it as transparent. And that's my issue with it. It's just like, oh, these settings or these layers, I'm going to treat them as transparent. But over here, like you see what I mean? It's a bad, like, I don't like that setting. I don't like it. And it's not a very, it's a weak, like I said, it's a weak setting. And weak things are fragile. Anyway, I completely forgot what I was doing. What were we doing? Hopefully I didn't screw anything up on. Okay, so that looks good. And then we'll go back over here. Okay, we're going to go over here. Let me see. No, but the engine knows if something is transparent via shader stuff. No. That's like... Okay, well, I mean, yes, you're probably right. But what I'm getting at is, like, that doesn't make it any better. Because, again, I don't know anything about shaders. So maybe shaders do have... There's nothing on it. There's no Boolean on a layer that tells me if it's transparent or not, and that's what I don't like about it. Right? Like, it is an open. It's a weak property. It's not like a color is a strongly defined property on an asset. A color, size, or I think color is probably the easiest one, like for this example. But color is a very strong property, and so you could have a set. Like, it makes sense to me. Transparent colors mask, and so all the colors in this setting will be invisible, will be transparent, and then like, oh, red, and then that way you can be like, oh, why aren't I seeing it? Why don't I see any red colors? Let me check the chart. Like, I don't know. The only, like, you can't define a layer as transparent. You just put it in these settings that say transparent things. Okay. Where was I? All right. So we were over here. Okay. I wanted to look at got the prefab. Okay. The prefab. Okay. We have a position 00090. Okay. Let's see if this works now. I really thought we could knock this out in 3 hours, and we've made no progress. That's not true. We have made progress. I can't say we've made no progress, but we have not made a plethora of progress. Let's see. Let's keep going back over here. Okay, it's not there. Okay. Is it the layer? It's not the layer. Oh, it is the layer is wrong here. What am I doing wrong? Let me see. So the rotation was off and the layer was off. Otherwise, it's fine. I mean, we can make it bigger still. 50, 50. Right? Like this. Let me see. If I just put this in the player mask, that should show it to me. No? I thought the player mask would show it to me. Default. Okay, no, if I just go to transparent. Okay. Set rotation via code. You're using current time. Oh, which is 0. Okay. Was I? I didn't even notice that. Okay. So I probably just don't need to do that at all. Let me see. Go over here. Yeah, I think I can probably just do this. Okay. Can I not do that? Cannot convert. What are the arguments of instantiate? All right, so we have the prefab essentially. Oops, the position in the quaternion, but is there nothing that I can just pass the location? Well, how would I? Well, quaternion identity. Is it? It's not exactly 0, 0, is it? Quaternion is like a. This is going back a ways, but it's so. Complex numbers are like I and J. A quaternion is I, J, K, and L. And I think the identity, I feel like, I want to say the identity was 1010, but I don't know. That's like matrix stuff. Okay, anyway, whatever. That's not the point. All right, so. Cannot convert vector 3. Well, yeah, vectors are different than... Okay, never mind. 0... Okay. Sometimes 0 is identity, sometimes 1 is an identity. It depends on the operation. That's what I was getting at. It depends on the operation, also depends on the thing. Like, if you think about integer multiplication, the identity is 1. Because if you do the operation with the identity, you'll get the... Like, if you do X, operation, identity, you'll get X back. So that is the definition of an identity. So, like, in a matrix, like in a 2x2 matrix, I believe, isn't the identity 1010? Like, or no, 1001. Anyway, I'm getting pedantic. All right. I want to figure out how to call this instantiate correctly. All I want to pass it is the prefab in the position. I don't want to pass it anything else. Object and scene. Oh, Jesus. This gets, okay. Object, original, and parent. XYZW. Well, it has 4 components. It has 4 components is what I was getting at. So actually it's pretty neat because so to feel the complex numbers, the group of complex numbers, it's infinitely larger than the set of real numbers. But the cool thing is so like the set of real numbers, you could think of them as just like a single digit, as like the number is comprised of X, right? It's just X. Whereas complex numbers are like X and Y. Quaternions are X. What is it? What did you say? X, Y, Z, W. But then these they continue like, but there's an infinite amount of those. But we don't know, like we only like they're like after quaternions, they're Lie numbers, which are, I want to say they're 8. They're like Lie groups. And I want to say they're like 8 variables. And then, but basically, in order to have it be a group, it has to fit all these different mathematical properties that complex numbers, quaternions fit. And then it took them a long, like, so this is 8. And like, you can only do it by powers of 2, I think. But they don't know, but they suspect because nobody has found like a group of 5 numbers that fit all the mathematical properties of groups. It's really cool stuff. Lie groups. How many? Is it only 4? No. Anyway, all right, we're getting distracted. Okay, look up Lie groups. They're pretty neat things. All right. Literally, I just want to pass the. I don't want to tell it its rotation and everything. I don't want to. Okay, so. All right. How do I want to do this? Can I do this? Like goal data. Map, mini map icon, transform rotation. I guess I should be able to do that, right? Yeah, I guess that'd work. Okay. So we have active, we have instantiate. Okay. Why am I still running? All right, I think this will work. Instantiate doesn't allow position, only either position and rotation or object only. Yeah. Then it sets position or rotation outside of instantiate. Yeah, I guess that's another. Yeah, that's another way to do it. That would work too. Okay, so I can't. Please calm down. I'm so hyper. I'm so angry at this. Okay. Stop now. Okay, why aren't these working? The height looks good. Okay, well, now the layer's screwed up. Okay, so the layer was not being set. Yeah, the fucking layer keeps resetting. Yeah, I don't know why. The layers reset, and okay, it was just the layer, wasn't it? I think it was just the layer. I don't think it's changing via code. Let's look. If it was, it'd be changed in here because this is where I instantiated. It's active goal icon. So it's, again, this is not production code, okay? Just remember that. This is not production code. Oh, God, people. Okay. Yeah. So no, I'm not setting it. Let's do. One thing I can do is let's just try putting it back in. So I'm going to delete it. Let me make sure the prefab is set. Okay. Minimap layer. Okay. I'm Control S-ing the shit out of this. I'm going to set this up to 50, 50, 50. Okay. Now I'm going to go back to the scriptable object. I'm going to drag this in. Control S the shit out of this. Now let's try again. Okay. There. There we go. There we go. There we go. There we go. Make sure to check it in so that even though, again, I'm going to reiterate this. This is not production code. Okay. So we know how to do that, at least. That took a lot longer than I thought it would. Tomorrow night. Why is that red? What do you mean? Okay, that's just a linter thing. I think the linter is broken or something. It's telling me that active goal icon. Oh. Okay. Did I check in that bad code? Let me see. No, I didn't. Okay. It looks like it's not checked in. Okay. Tomorrow night. I'm not going to refactor this code right now. No. Tomorrow, or even tomorrow night, we're not going to refactor it. We'll say refactoring till after what we do tomorrow night. Where tomorrow night, what we're going to do, we have the. So we have, and obviously the icon, it'll be like I want to animate it, and I want it to be kind of like. Since it's on a prefab, we can just have the animation on a prefab, kind of. We'll figure that out. I think that'll be pretty straightforward. I'm not going to say easy, but I think it's going to be pretty straightforward. Tomorrow night, what I want to have is the same icon. And this is going to be tricky. Ooh. I'm thinking all that work might have been for naught. Actually, yeah. Well, no, it's not for naught. It's not for naught. But here's how we're going to do it. That icon that I just spent 3 hours trying to get show, well, we're going to completely undo all of that work, right? Basically, when it's like this, the icon's going to be on the edge of the circle, and then it's going to, and then I want it to be kind of like seamless, right? So when it's off screen, it's going to be, you see what I mean? I'm not describing it really well, but I know you know what I mean. This is, fuck, how's that going to work? So fuck. That's going to be a pain in the ass. Okay, here's how I envision it working. And I drew this out earlier, and it's going to work kind of the same way, right? Like this wonderful little graph here, right? So here's the star icon up here. This is the goal, that like the thing that we're trying to draw. Oh, yeah, there's the not sure guards. Here's the thing, and then basically we'll get a vector, right? We'll get this vector, and basically what we need to do is we're going to have to figure out how far the center of the circle is to the circumference. We're going to have to figure out how far that is in real world space. Yeah. And then when the object, and then once we have that, we'll know if the object is off the map or not. Here's where it gets kind of shitty. When the and so that's kind of easy, right? Like if it's if the object is outside of the circumference, just draw it on that point. Calculating that point is easy. However, as the player is moving closer, let's draw this a little bit bigger. Right? We're going to need to draw it in the middle. But here's the thing. I can't put an icon on the scene or on the, like I'm doing now, right? Like that's why I say all that work is for naught, because that's not going to work. We have to draw it, or I think the way to make this work smoothly is we draw it on the canvas. I don't know. I'm not even sure if that makes sense, but I think it does. In my mind, I'm equating it kind of to how we draw UI elements. But basically, we would draw it on with canvas coordinates as opposed to real world space coordinates. I think we can avoid crazy maths there just by having a defined radius and modifying an eyeball to match with the circle border. I don't know that it would be crazy maths, actually. And it's not maths. It's just one math. God, that's such a British thing. Oh, dear. I'm going to go study the maths. The maths. No. But no, I don't think it would be crazy math, actually. Right? Because, let me see. Let me look at this. Wow, we just spent 3 hours doing something we're not going to use at all. Okay, let me look at this. No. Actually, this. We know how wide this is. We know how wide, we know how tall it is. So we should be able to get the center. We know the radius. As long as we know the radius, we're good. Right? So we're going to, what basically what we have to do is we have to draw it on the same space where I'm drawing this N and this W and this E, even though those are just dragged onto the canvas. I think we can do it similarly, right? Just wait until your project pivots 5 times and you have a redundant code base over 5. Well, yeah. Wait, what happened? Okay, wait. Whoa. Did I do that? Did I just do something? But we know how, like, this circle, we know what the radius is. I think we should be able to do this. Basically, it's going to be an icon that's just freely moving, like, from the edge to the center, right? And then back over. So basically, an icon that can move from the edge to the center. And it's always going to stay on the edge of the circle or somewhere. It's going to stay on or inside the circle. I don't think that's crazy maths, right? Because all we have to do is calculate the direction of the player, the XZ, or as Matthew says, the XZ, the XZ axis plane, right? We calculate the direction, and since the mini map is fixed, that actually makes things a little nicer. The direction we know the direction. This is what I was talking about earlier. We know the direction, so what we do is we normalize it to the radius. But how do we? Okay, we need to. We would only normalize it to the radius in the event that it was further away than we can see. So we are going to have to figure out how to do that. What the fuck? Oh, I think it was just a leaf. Yeah, we're going to have to figure out. So what I mean is, if I go back to this. Yeah, we're going to have to figure out how, basically from the center to the radius, how far that is in real world units. But we know the orthogonal size. Yeah, baby. Can you take him outside? Like just now? Yeah. All right, I'm finishing up. I'm going to be in like 2 minutes. All right. Good night, Luan. I'll be there in a minute. So we need to figure out in real world distance from the center to the edge of the circle how far it is. So that way when we take the distance from the player to the object that's way over there by that, by that street post, that street lamp, when we get that distance, we can convert it to the mini-map distance, and then we know whether or not it's inside or outside of the radius. That's going to be a little tricky. But that shouldn't be that bad if we have the... We have the... So I remember we were doing... We were using size, but then we did have to use the Y. We had to use the Y to determine where to draw that arrow, right? Because when you go up and down, that arrow stays the same size. And we did that by basically always drawing that arrow to the position of the camera minus 10. If we know the Y of the camera, then that's just basic trigonometry, right? Like that's not... But I feel like the Y is not I feel like the Y is not a real Y. No, the Y is a real Y. Wait a minute. I had it for a second there, and then my wife came in and ruined everything like women always do. No. Let me look at it again. Yeah, maybe not. No, it's going to get tricky. It might get tricky. There's something obvious I'm missing here. But my concern is that the Y is not representative of a quote-unquote real Y. Because we do this change. But does the Y change when I do that up and down? Surely it does, right? Or maybe it doesn't. Okay, let's look at the Y. Okay, so the size... Okay, so the size changes, but the Y doesn't change. Okay, so basically we need some way to convert the... orthographic size. Yeah, we need some way to convert the orthographic size to the height. I'm going to sleep on this. This is a very mathy problem, and I feel like the solution will come to me. Yeah. And if not, we got AI. We always got AI. Sure, AI could whip this up in a second. All right. But for the exciting conclusion of that, tune in tomorrow night, Wednesday night. Look at this, 2 nights in a row. Yeah, I feel like there's a trick to this, but I can't. Yeah, I feel like there is too. There's something I'm missing, right? Like, yeah, there's something there, but we'll figure it out. All right, boys. I'm going to call it a night. I'm going to get in bed. I'm exhausted. I went on another run this morning. It was actually a really good run. But as a result, I'm pretty gosh darn tired. So I'm going to go get in bed next to the dog and 6,000 animals and all that shit. Be sure to click and subscribe. Thanks for joining.